Well, the NAACP Image Awards will announce its full list of 2023 nominations today at noon Eastern. The organization celebrates diversity in Hollywood, and this is the 54th edition of the awards.
The ceremony will be broadcast live on BET on February 25th. We should note, of course, that BET, like CBS News, is part of Paramount Global. Joining us now to discuss the awards and a whole lot more is legendary actor Wendell Pierce. He's also joined by Karen Boykin-Towns. She is the vice chair of the NAACP National Board of Directors. Welcome to Studio 57.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
So we've got a lot to discuss. I want to jump right into it. Wendell, you are performing on Broadway. You are playing Willie Loman, one of the greatest stage characters in stage and play history. Iconic character. And it's a first because at this level on Broadway, there's never been a black Willie Loman.
Right. I think of two groups of men every night. The small fraternity of men who have played the role over the 70 years is just 5 of us.
Wow.
And
That's remarkable.
And it's austere. You know, Lee J. Cobbs, Joyce C. Scott, Dustin Hoffman, Brian Dennehy, and Philip Seymour Hoffman. And now I join that fraternity. But I also think of another group of men who would deny the opportunity because of cultural ignorance, I like to call it. Ossie Davis.
Ossie Davis. That's who I was thinking of.
Roscoe Lee Brown. I think of those two groups of men, and it's a great responsibility before I step onto that stage each night.
So when I knew you were coming, I had all these questions for you about the craft. And I had no time to ask them. But, you know, Willie Loman is iconic. But you've played a number of iconic roles. And for some people who maybe are not familiar with Death of a Salesman, they certainly are familiar with The Wire. Right. They're familiar with Treme. They're familiar with Waiting to Exhale. Which like, for me, it was like, it was a big time in my life, right? So Waiting to Exhale, like sitting in the theater.
And I was a good guy.
You were a good man.
Everybody thinks I was a bad guy.
No, you were a good man. And so...
And of course, Bunk. I mean, that's me. I mean, The Wire.
Yeah, right. So this is my question to you, and it's probably could be a course, actually, an acting course. But I'm curious about how you choose the characters that you choose. Are there a series of factors that you're looking for, or are you looking to just try something different each time?
You want to see good writing. You want something that's going to explore, the human experience, the human journey. There's also, while you have these desires, there's happenstance, whatever job happens to come along at a particular time. Right. But you want something that challenges you. People always ask me, do you prefer theater over film? And I go, no, I actually prefer good writing over bad. And that's the thing. That's something that's going to challenge you. So that's powerful. The thing that's the thing that really helps you make the decision as an actor.
Do you have to like the character? Like personally?
Every character, yes. Even the worst characters. You always have to love the character that you play and understand what their dysfunction is that would take them to that bad place.
Yes.
I love that. So Karen, let's talk about the Image Awards. Stars are being welcomed back for the first time in person since 2020. And there are some new categories this year.
Yeah.
Break it down.
Well, we are so excited. For the first time, we're going to have awards for costume design, hairstyling, and makeup. And so, and over the years, we've introduced new categories like podcasts and representing the streaming services. And so it's going to be a great show. And today at noon Eastern, the full list of nominations will be gone. And if I could just take a point of personal privilege.
Please do so.
To note that our very own Wendell Pierce is nominated.
Yay!
Did you know?
I did not know.
Of course you didn't know.
I'm finding out right now. It's the big surprise.
Outstanding actor in a television movie, limited series, or drama special. Don't hang up on Bounce TV.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
I'm honored. I'm very honored. The Image Awards are very important. I mean, the name itself is very important. Image. Making sure that the images and our stories are put out there. So it is a great honor to be nominated by this august organization.
So I love that you have been at the forefront of calling for more representation and diversity in this craft, this wonderful craft that you and so many others are a part of. And we were saying this earlier, that I think a lot of people, they will see you and others like Denzel, and they'll say, well, no, like some of the best actors in the world are black and brown and Asian. But we're also talking about behind the scenes, the people who make decisions to put you in this role.
Absolutely. We want to be able to be at the table because the stories are then going to be told. Then we go out and find the stories to be told.
Yeah.
And the thing that's important about diversity is the fact that without it, we are limiting ourselves. Everyone, the more specific you are with the story, the more universal it becomes. So someone who thinks, I am the farthest away from who you are. I'm this 80-year-old white woman living in New Hampshire. What would I have in common with you? Our humanity.
Yes.
Our humanity. And if you can go there, but by the grace of God, go, I understand who that person is. Every night there's a moment in Death of a Salesman where I go through the most humiliating experience. And to the person, they go, I understand that. I know I wasn't in his position, but I understand the depth and hurt of that humiliation. And so that's why you want to be diversified, so that you can see in people that you've never given a thought to, that I see their humanity, and thereby by the grace of God go I. The more specific you are with our stories, the more universal they become.
And that makes complete sense. So it must be frustrating, Karen, that even now we are still having these conversations with other award shows where people are boycotting or whatever because they don't see the diversity. It's like, how often do we have to explain why this is valuable for everyone?
You're absolutely correct. And it's also not good business. You know, the audiences will come when they can relate to the characters. And we see with, you know, the box office sales for Wakanda, you know, Woman King. I mean, those were record-breaking numbers. And it was a diverse audience, but it was also us coming out, sororities and fraternities sort of coming in mass to support. And so it's really important that we have that. And that's why we're so proud that our Hollywood Bureau is celebrating its 20th year in terms of really pushing the industry to have diversity in front of, but also behind the screens, as well as in the suites, to really ensure that the stories are being told that need to be told. And the diversity of the nominees shows the breadth of what our culture brings to the table, brings to the industry, and it is really exciting to see all the different projects that are being featured.
And it's actually a tangible thing. It has tangible impact. You take, for instance, the hair and makeup category. It not only identifies talent, but also makes the industry understand that there's a plethora of different hairstyles and skin tones that you have to deal with. I mean, and we're dealing with that even on the legislative side when it comes to the Crown Act. There was a wonderful story by an animation done where a story of a father taking care of his daughter's hair, Matthew Cherry's. So and then that opens up the industry itself. How many actors of color have sat in a chair with a hair person who says, I have never had the experience with your hair.
That's right.
Or they have to bring their own makeup.
Right, you have to bring your own stuff.
And so it opens up the industry. And so it is a tangible impact. It is not just putting highlights on those talents that never get the chance, but what the Image Award does is then opens up the eyes to the industry and identifies the talent for them to bring those people behind the camera and put them in the industry.
Love it.
Wendell,
this is so
Karen,
great.
yeah, it was so great to have you guys here.
I loved you in It Could Happen to You. I know it's not like it's like going back old school. It's a deep cut.
And Jack Ryan. And don't forget Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, exactly.
There are a lot. Trust me.
So many good roles.
Yeah, it's every good movie that you remember. He's probably been in. Thank you so much.
Thank you both so
Appreciate it.
very
And please
much.
be sure to watch the show on February 25th.